Okay, today I'd like to touch on some freewheeling, using 12-bar blues as our basic idea, but how to bring out your self-expression through improvisation, picking a motive, visualizing a motive, which is the germinal seed of a composition. It's a mini composition that you're writing, but you're not scoring it up, you're just playing it. An accompaniment pattern and jamming. Those are the 4 self-expressive skills that the Let's Enjoy Piano method, here it is, here's the book. And if you look closely, there's the innovative method for developing the self-expressive skills of improvising, accompanying, composing, and jamming. Just a basic overview. It gives you some ideas. Here's an example of visualizing a C6 chord. If you're using a visualization to determine a motive that you like, you can see each chord has a component. Everything relates to the root. So the E is the 3rd, the G is the 5th, the F sharp is the augmented 4th, the B is the major 7. And when you go into, let's say, an F chord in the blues, you are identifying everything in relation to F. A is the 3rd, C, D is the 6th, C is the 5th. And they all have a sound and they all have a feel, so that when you are doing a composition, you want to start with a motive. Let's say if I take a C6 chord, and I like that sound from the 6 to the 5, maybe coming down to the 3rd, flat 3rd, into the 3rd. So I have, and this is all arbitrary. I'm making this up as I go along. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's what's the excitement about improvisation. And then when you find something you like, you can put it down as a composition or just fool with it as in an improvisation. So if I just started out that way, basic 12-bar blues, walking bass is on page 72 if you have the book. And I'll throw in that motive, let's say. Now as I go to F chord, I may do the same, what's called a sequence. The F6, it's the same relation as the C6. F6, same feel, same sound, and the flat 3rd. So if I like an idea here, I can move it up there. I can go to G and do the same thing. Using the 6, 5, flat 3rd, into the root. So the basic improvisation, the start of a composition would be accompany yourself just with hitting the C6 chord. And we start the improvisation. Back to C. G. So you can see that it's taking shape. It's a constant, what's called an ostinato, repeating hook, a riff, a loop, anything you want to call it that repeats. But you have to label it in some way, and you label it according to the root. So you know you're going to the 6, 5, flat 3, and the same thing. And that's just one idea of improvisation, and that could be a composition. We could take away the walking bass and just play a C octave and just do. And you could put lyric to that or just leave it at that. So there's an idea for a composition, a song, or just an accompanying pattern, a fill in between. If I'm doing, let's say, using this, the first inversion of C. So I had one idea and I mixed another idea in. And on page 72, I show different motives that you can put into effect. But it depends on your ear. There's no right or wrong note, but you have to keep that steady left hand going. Or if it's a, say, a rolling bass, you can improvise the same pattern. The blues scale on page 73, I also have a couple of tutorials on using that. You can throw that in as well. So you have so many options. Look at the C major, C minor, C diminished. Just use the use a chordal motive. C major, C minor, C diminished. And the blues scale comes right out of that. On page 80, I have a blues scale blues. I wrote a little piece just using the first 4 notes of the blues scale as a motive, going something like this. And that's taking a motive, rearranging it, substituting different rhythms, doing it right side up, upside down, changing it, accenting different things. So there's all those different ways to bring out your self-expression. And that's what makes music. Getting to the heart of music is the self-expressive skills. So go to the website, check out the book, pick up a copy, and you can have a lot of fun. There's a lot of ideas. But that's the basic concept of bringing out your self-expression. So I hope that helped you out. And if you have any questions, you can write to me at the email at thelittlejoepiano.com or make comments on the on YouTube comment section, and I can reply to you, and we can work things out if you have any questions. Okay, thank you very much. I'll just play some freewheeling blues on the way out.